Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. My name's Nicholas Strait. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday today. Today we're going to be talking about this Arctic blast that's going to be coming down all the way from Canada, all the way potentially down into Mexico, bringing some really cold temperatures across the U.S. So this is my YouTube channel here. Like and subscribe if you like what you see. Helps out the channel a lot. And without further ado, let's get right into it. We're going to take a look at the Euro model first, and you can see the time up here. So this is going throughout the rest of the day today. Whoops. Do like that. So this is going. Oh, I didn't click that. That's why. Okay, sorry about that. So as we go half the day today into the day tomorrow, we got our two clipper systems that are going to move out. Cause really no problems. Just some lake effect snow, and then maybe some more lake effect snow from another low pressure system up in northern Canada as that moves through. And then we get our system here that kind of forms up in Canada, but starts to bring not really severe weather, maybe not till uh next weekend. Excuse me, going into next Saturday into Sunday, and then more snow throughout Pennsylvania, all the way up throughout the Northeast into the U.S. Canada border, and then that system moves on out, and then we get another low pressure system that forms in between the cold and warm air masses, and then tries to bring somewhat of a nor'easter, bringing tons of snow and potentially some freezing rain as that moves up and out. And that's going to be on Sunday the 19th through Monday the 20th. And then as we go into not this week but next week, we got another little clipper system according to the GFS that forms up way southern in the Gulf of Mexico. That 540 freezing lines down, and then we get a chance here for a southern snowstorm to form here going into Tuesday the 21st, Wednesday the 22nd. So the start of next week. We get potentially a snowstorm across Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. Gets really heavy for Georgia and the South Carolinas and the Southeast. Of course, Florida could see some sleet out of this as well. And then as this moves up and out through the Northeast, just going to bring tons of snow um, up and out. And then as that system exits by the Thursday, the 23rd of January, um, we get another system. We get kind of two systems. We get this system up here that's trying to pull this energy to the north, and then another low pressure system down here in the Gulf of Mexico. This system up north is going to bring tons of lake effect snow, while the southern system is going to try and bring some sleet and freezing rain to the deep south, and then tries to again go up the eastern seaboard as a huge potential snowstorm, bringing freezing rain, ice, and snow all throughout the eastern seaboard and the northeast. And then that's the end of the run. So our first system we're watching is going to be forming up here. Is going to start to form up and get its act together by sometime next Tuesday morning, and then so next Tuesday through Thursday is what I'm seeing as our potential next big big snowstorm, but also mainly just a snow system. And then after that, potentially the next one. I don't know why it's not doing that. There we go. Okay, that's okay. So the Canadian model, what does it show? We'll check the Canadian model out here. Once I get it to center, there we go. So again, of course, you could see if I could get it to do right. Sorry about that. There we go. So we got our two clipper systems bringing rain and snow, and then as we go throughout the day, and the Euro model took it to next to so this Tuesday, because this week, according to the Canadian, the system's gonna form up and then bring a little bit of rain and then some more lake effect snow, but mainly quiet. And then we get our next low pressure system that brings more snow across the north. But as we go into this weekend, we get a low pressure system developing here over the over Oklahoma and going into southern Missouri and Arkansas, bringing rain to the south and snow to the northeast. Two low pressure systems are going to kind of try and work together and bring snow across the entire Ohio Valley region and throughout the northeast as we go into next weekend. And as we start next week, we have another system that's going to try and form up here in the Gulf of Mexico and bring potentially snow to places like Arkansas, Texas, a mixed precipitation in the middle, and then, of course, rain everywhere else going into next week and going throughout the week, next week into Wednesday. And by Wednesday, it's gone. So the the Canadian model shows after our two clipper systems as early as Wednesday, or sorry, as early as next weekend, we could see potentially another potential snowstorm, and then after that, of course, that system coming at the beginning to the middle of next week. And the Canadian doesn't show as much of a strong system as the Euro does. And then that's the end of the run from the Canadian model. So we're going to look at the total snowfall according to the Canadian model. Let me make sure that's good. That. Okay, so this is the total snowfall potential. So you can see as we take it all the way through Tuesday. Oh, why is this not wanting to work? Okay, we'll take it all the way out through Tuesday morning, and you could see the lake effect snow is going to start to add up over here for the Great Lakes region over towards Michigan. Could see 2 to 5 inches of snow. Northern Wisconsin could see 1 to 3 inches, and then pretty much a light dusting across the Ohio Valley region. And then as we get into as we go throughout the week next week, we get more snow adding up across the Great Lakes region, Wisconsin, going out throughout the Northeast. More snow adding up for Pennsylvania and Western Virginia. Or Western Virginia. But it is technically Western Virginia. But Western West Virginia could see 2 to 4 inches of snow. And then as we go through next weekend into next week, we get more snow, more lake effect snow that's going to add up very quickly across the Ohio Valley, like Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Pennsylvania, widespread 2 to 5 inches possible, and then a light dusting across Missouri and Kansas as well. And then as we go into next week, we get that next system that's going to move through all the way till Wednesday, according to the Canadian, and bring 2 to 5 inches across Texas, southern Arkansas, extreme portions of northwestern Louisiana, going up into Tennessee, the Kentucky, West Virginia, bringing anywhere up to a foot of snow in some places, while northern Michigan could see up to a foot or so of snow. Of course, the western side over here near the Four Corners region, higher elevations are going to see more snow than others. And then as we that's the end of the run, actually. Okay, never mind. That's the end of the run. But you could see the snow. The snow's mainly to the north, and not going to cause much problems. I mean, the deep south will see some snow out of this, according to the Canadian, but not as deep as what the Euro is going to show. Um, or what the Euro showed. Sorry. So we'll look at the freezing rate potential with this, and we're gonna look at the GFS model too. I have it pulled up. We're gonna look at it in a minute. I'm just trying to show you guys these two solutions. And if you remember from last night's video, it showed a major ice storm across the deep south, and um, which was definitely something to look at. But we're also going to be looking at our temperatures with the Euro model here in just a second. So we can see as we take this all the way out to Thursday, the 16th of January, no ice at all except for portions of Canada. And if we keep this going, there's really no ice. That's going to really add up until we go all the way. All right, there we go. So we go all the way to Monday afternoon. There's portions where you can see up to 15th of an inch of ice. The higher elevations could see up to a quarter inch of ice. Not much ice at all here across Missouri and Iowa. Really just quiet, but then as we go through, that system comes through, we get ice for Louisiana. Not as heavy as it showed last night in last night's video, but definitely up to a quarter inch or 30th or 0.30 inches of ice potentially for Louisiana. And then it really dies down as it goes through central Mississippi, and then of course the higher elevations you can see up to a quarter of an inch, and North Carolina and Virginia as well. So now we're going to look at the GFS model run and take a look at what it shows. So it shows our two clipper systems bringing rain to the south, more snow to the north, and then as that moves away, so does that clipper system. And then if we keep this going here, you can see how we get our system here in the central plains, so near Oklahoma. That's going to form up and bring potentially severe weather to the south, snow to the north, and you can see kind of where that freezing line is, where it's bringing snow near Bloomington, Chicago, Fort Wayne, Detroit, Cleveland, Toronto, Buffalo. It's going to be a snowstorm from the northern portions. Everywhere else, this could be a severe weather event as this starts to kind of move out the eastern seaboard. And of course, cold air will come behind this system as well. And that's as this new system moves out. And then as we go into the 20th of January, as we go to next Monday, so a week from tomorrow, going into that next week, we get another little system trying to form up here in the deep south here near Louisiana and Texas, bringing some snow, mixed precipitation, and rain. And then as that system kind of dies off, we get some energy trying to form up in the Gulf or in the Atlantic, but it's not really going to do much. And if we keep it going with the GFS, we potentially get another tiny low pressure system bringing snow and freezing rain towards Mississippi, Alabama, parts of Arkansas, of course, northern portions, of course, and then rain everywhere else. And then we keep going here. The system that brings that freezing rain that energy kind of lingers there in the low pressure system that comes down from Canada that tries to bring lake effect snow. They kind of meet up, bringing snow and some freezing rain, and then potentially we get another system forming around near the Oklahoma Texas border about the 26th of January. That's going to bring some severe weather with it. Of course, more snow and ice across portions of the Ohio Valley, the Northeast, towards Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas, and then that's the end of the run with the GFS model. Let me look at the total snowfall. So this is the total snowfall that we could see from this system. Of course, places here along Kansas could see, near Wichita could see anywhere from pretty much Kansas, southern Kansas could see anywhere from 8 to 12 inches of snow. Joplin, Springfield, you could see up to a foot to a foot and a half of snow. The St. Louis Metro, you could see 6 to 10 inches of snow. Potentially up here near Columbus and Fort Wayne could see up to a foot and a half of snow. Eastern and northeastern Michigan can see up to a foot or two of snow. And this is too far out to tell, but I don't think 45 inches of snow. Where is this at here? This is near Lake Erie and Jamestown in Pennsylvania, or northern Pennsylvania, sorry. Going into New York. Speaking of New York could see about 5 to 8 inches of snow. Cleveland, Ohio could see up to 2 feet of snow. Around Lake Erie and Buffalo could see, of course, tons of snow, feet of snow. But that's too far out to be sure, so take it with a grain of salt. And then up here for New York, northern New York, roughly about a foot to 3 foot of snow is possible as well. And then if we look at can we look at the total freezing rain? We can. So the total freezing rain, not much for the deep south at all. Here in southeastern Arkansas, you could see up to about 20.20 inches. Near Fayetteville, could see around a quarter inch. Here near Clarksdale and Bowling Green, could see up to a 40th of an inch. But it gets really heavy as we go here through Lexington, Richmond, Huntington, Maysville, all the way up towards Clarksburg and Charlottesville. You could see up to a half an inch to an inch of ice in some places with this system. And then back here near the West Plains, Polar Bluff, Mountain View, Missouri could see up to an isolated area up to a quarter of an inch. So if the GFS were to show true, we would have a heavy ice storm for Kentucky, West Virginia, going back down into Virginia, northern Virginia, and that would be a big ice storm, and then of course a huge snowstorm that would sweep across the Ohio Valley region in the northeast. So now we're going to go back and look at the Euro model, and we're going to look at the temperature. Just to show you guys what the temperature could look like for some of these regions, as it's gonna probably get really, as I said, we got Arctic blast coming down, and it's gonna be really, really cold. So we're gonna take this out here as we go into Monday, and this is your temperature, not your wind chills. This is your actual temperatures. We go Monday and a Tuesday, we get that lake effect snow coming through, here, let me wait for this to get done loading so I can actually take it out more and it be more accurate for you guys. It's taking just a sweet time. Okay, so we'll take it out 3 days out. We'll do 5 days. We'll take it out to this Thursday morning, kind of late morning, early afternoon, and you can see how cold it gets for the northeast, the Ohio Valley region, of course, during the nighttime hours. Of course, we get this cold pocket here of negative temperatures, single digit temperatures. Of course, this is going to be early in the morning where it's going to be obviously the coldest, and late at night where it's going to be the coldest. Daytime heat will not be much of a factor as we keep going through. But we'll keep bringing this out going into next weekend, where we are mainly warm. And what I mean by warm, I mean no negative temperatures, just in the 20s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, obviously for Florida. But as we go throughout next weekend, we get that cold air really starting to dip down. And this is going towards next Monday afternoon. And you can see this is your actual temperatures. Why we get that polar vortex kind of coming down from Canada, going to bring widespread negative temperatures across the Central Plains, the Ohio Valley. Going to be feeling like the 20s to teen temperatures across the deep south and portions of the southeast as well. And then um, we keep this going throughout the day on Monday, going into Tuesday. By Tuesday, it gets even colder. So pretty much northern, the whole Central Plains, Ohio Valley, and Northeast is negative temperatures. And again, these are your actual temperatures. And then, of course, single digits across portions of Texas and then New Mexico, Arizona. And then, of course, to the deep south is going to feel like 20s or teen temperatures as we go through next Tuesday. And then as we go through Wednesday, going into Thursday, go through Thursday afternoon, it's gonna be really, really cold. It's gonna be single digit temperatures potentially for the deep south, the southeast. Negative temperatures over here for portions of Virginia, West Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky, North Carolina, and then of course some single digit and teen temperatures here for um, Missouri and Arkansas, and then of course negative temperatures up here for the central United States, north central United States. As we go throughout the day, Thursday going into Friday, it warms up a little bit for the deep south on Friday. But of course we get negative temperatures in the higher elevations, more negative temperatures across the Ohio Valley going out throughout the Northeast, and mainly single digit and teen temperatures for the deep south and the southeast. And as we go into next weekend, the cold air kind of lifts up a little bit for next weekend, and then at the end of the run here, maybe tries to come down again. But definitely cold temperatures on the way as we go throughout the next couple weeks here. So that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a wonderful, amazing day. You guys have a great week next week. Stay safe. Stay safe. Sorry, and stay warm and stay weather aware.